Yeah.
On the day I got the results. So that day particularly, when I told this to my parents that okay, this has happened, for a few hours I was clueless. The best thing that I felt about Ecoholics is the team support.
So, hello and welcome to Ecoholics Toppers Talk, Pranchal. We have Pranchal with us today, and she has achieved the big dream of becoming the economics officer for the country, cracking the Indian Economic Services examination. Pranchal, how do you feel?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your kind words, and it feels great.
Your expression or the feeling of excitement is, I think it's going to come gradually after a couple
Yeah.
of days, because presently it's just a kind of surprise and shock and everything in
Yes.
between.
Yes, surely. It is a mixed feeling overall.
Yeah.
On the day I got the results, so that day particularly, when I told this to my parents that okay, this has happened, for a few hours I was clueless what to do. And my parents were so happy; they were telling everyone, and I was like, okay, this has happened, and it was for me, I was thinking in through my parents' feeling that they are so happy and everyone is coming congratulating me. Then suddenly a lot of calls they were there, so it was like that.
Right now, I think it will just take a matter of a few days to understand that how do you yourself feel. You know
Yeah.
how everyone else in the room feels right now. So yeah,
Yes,
it's
yes.
a great feeling. It's a great feeling. So Pranchal, I mean, Indian Economic Services. This examination is a major aspiration for any person who starts their journey in economics. कि एंड गोल हमारा यही होने वाला है. When did you start your preparation, and what was your mindset, and what were the things that were there in your mind while preparing for this examination?
And actually, I would like to start from my schooling. I was in the science stream, and maths was my major subject. And then I changed my stream from science to arts, and then I enrolled in BA program with economics as one of my discipline subjects. So
Right.
there I got interested in economics, and in the second year of BA program itself, I decided that I have to go for Indian Economic Service. So from there, I decided to do masters. But my bachelor's in its last semester only, COVID happened, and I was at my hometown. So that was a kind of tough phase because I was aspiring to do my masters from some premier institutes. But at that situation, I thought that it is the time to think out of the box because the situation is unique. This has happened like in hundreds of years. So this is a unique condition, and in this, I can't go with the traditional things. I will have to think something different. So what I thought that masters in economics is the eligibility. So I should focus on doing my masters rather than on the institute from where I am doing it. So I enrolled in Maharaja Chhatrapati Bundelkhand University, and the college in itself is in my hometown. So it was quite convenient in that situation of COVID because of transportation and all. So I did my post graduation from there. And in the end, it was a big surprise for me because I got gold medal from the university for topping the university. So that was cherry on the cake, and I completed my master's. And in the last year of master's itself, I took an online coaching, and from there I started the formal preparation of this service. Then in June of 2022, I gave my first attempt, cleared the mains, gave the interview, got pretty good marks in the interview, but unfortunately I could not make it to the final list by marginal marks. And then I restarted my journey. I gave the 2022-23 this time attempt, and this was my second attempt. I cleared the mains, and I cleared the interview. So I'm here.
So good, so good. I think this is the beauty of a success story, that people who succeed are only intelligent decision makers. So the choice that you made of not focusing on a specific institution for your masters, because many students get hooked onto that decision. Okay, if I'm not doing masters from a certain university or college, probably I'll miss out on many subjects and many topics which are coinciding with my syllabus. So then how will I prepare? Not thinking about that, but only thinking about your end goal and how do you reach there, was a very, very wise decision. Kudos to, first of all, that decision that you have made. I think it's a brilliant, brilliant decision. Most students who are going to listen to this are really going to be startled and surprised. But it was a brilliant decision, because the focus was, of course, your clarity of economics. That's what you have to gain. um, then on, of course, similar lines, I would like to ask you that masters gives you a lot of opportunity in terms of learning a lot of economics related subjects, topics. So how did you align your study to the syllabus of the Indian Economic Services?
Ma'am, actually, I did the master's in economics and it was general. It was not with any particular specification. So it had the combination of different subjects like the developmental economics, demography, and Indian eco, micro, macro, everything was there, econometrics. So that in itself aligned with my syllabus only. So that was something really helpful. And when I started the preparation in the last year, so I was I was very lucky to have that kind of comprehensiveness between both the syllabuses. So I could manage it very well. And there were things which were different in my master's syllabus and in this syllabus. But for me, I knew that syllabus is the Bible for me. I have to stick to it. And wherever possible, I used to think that what is the link between what I'm studying in masters and what I'm studying in this particular syllabus. So from that onwards, I made detailed notes for every particular thing that I had in the syllabus, and I was also aligning it with the current affairs which were going on, reading the newspaper daily, then reading some monthly compilations as well, so that I can get everything possible. But I was limiting my resources. I was not doing that. I was not trying to catch everything. I was particularly focusing on some referred books, and I was pretty sure that if I'm going with this one book, then the book doesn't matter. Answer writing matters. So if I know the material and I know the past years, what kind of questions are being asked, and I am able to write the answers particularly, then I don't need any more material. And from that also, I made my notes very specifically, so that on the day of the exam, because I knew that in 3 days I will have to give 6 exams. And since the center of the exam I took was Delhi both the times, so I had to move to Delhi a day before the exam. So taking that into mind as well, I was making very crisp notes so that I can carry all of them to Delhi and then revise them in one night or in 2-3 hours in between the exams. So that was my strategy.
Great. I would also like to ask you that answer writing, of course, is has a big role to play, and it's usually students start preparing it thinking that after the completion of the syllabus they will start with the answer writing. But on the contrary, it's always the reverse, that you should start writing something or the other from the very starting of your choice of giving the examination. So what was the role played by practice of answer writing, and how did you focus on that, and what were your tactics to deal with it?
Ma'am, what I did was I started with looking for the past year papers in detail. I have gone through the past years hundred of times. Whenever I used to start any particular topic, I used to search for the questions which were there related to that topic in past year questions. Then I used to write them down in my notes itself that these were the questions and I have to tackle this much area of this topic, because in one topic also sometimes there is wide range of things that are attached to that topic. So you need to limit your understanding of that topic to that particular horizon to which it is being asked in the exam, because ultimately you will have to face the exam. So that was the starting strategy. I did not go like straight with the answer writing, but I did this. Then as soon as I was doing the papers, I did it paper wise, like paper one, then paper. Writing the papers, not the complete paper, but particular questions about that. And I made the strategy. I started in May of 2021. So by September, I had the target to complete my syllabus, but I could not. I could complete it by December. So then after also I had 6 months to revise and to answer writing. So I started with the answer writing likewise, and I also joined a online test series. So from that, I got the instances that how the marks are allotted, and then I used to allot marks to myself when I used to write the past year papers, and then I used to check that whether I am progressing, in which topic I am getting some problems. Then I used to revise it, then going back to my notes, seeing that whether there is something whether there is information lack, or there is something that I'm missing out, or there is something that I need to revise or like recollect it. What is the real problem? So I was focusing more on that.
Right.
And about the writing, I would say that I was making very comprehensive notes. So from there, I had a good answer writing practice also.
I think you have mentioned that quite elaborately. I think for students who want to pursue this examination should definitely focus on answer writing, and whatever means, whether it's revising your PYQs, or whether it's new questions or new tests, or whether it's just a mock with your own questions and topics in your head, anything that you would do to get your answer writing done. I think that would make a lot of sense, because it's all the 4 papers plus, of course, GS and English becomes a huge comprehensive syllabus for the preparation. So how did you ensure that time management is being done and you are focusing on each of the papers efficiently?
Ma'am, I used to make a timetable for myself, and that was not like it was day-to-day timetable also, and it was the target-based timetable also. That by 15 days I will have to complete these many topics or this particular unit. Then by next 15 days I will be focusing on this unit. And on the everyday basis, what I used to say, I used to allot a particular time, like 2 hours for say paper 1, 2 hours for paper 2. Then if I think that paper 3 is manageable, then I will allot it 1 hour. And for the last paper, that is Indian Eco, so for that I would like to add one thing, that for that in the answer writing I used to go for the current affairs, with focusing on the past year papers. I was also looking at the current affairs, that what are the topics that are in the recently news, and what can I get the questions from. I used to frame the questions for myself, that based on the past year papers, I used to link it to the events which happened in past year. So if this thing happened and this question was asked, then in our situation, if this situation is there, then what kind of questions can be asked? So that was something. And about the timetable, so it was not that I was very strict regarding the timetable, sometimes I used to achieve it like very well, but some days it was also the time when I used to feel low. So I used to give that comfort to myself by taking the break also. It was not like I was studying and just studying. It was not like that. In a month or so, I used to take a break to see some movie, or to go some place, to have some outing, or to have some family time, so that I can have a change in mind, and I can recollect everything. And then when we detach ourselves from the studies, then we feel more motivated towards our studies. Then we feel कि अरे हमने इतना टाइम यहाँ लगा दिया, अभी तो हमें पढ़ना है वापस से. Otherwise we feel bored कि क्या वही सुबह उठ के पढ़ रहे हैं, फिर सो रहे हैं, फिर उठ रहे हैं, फिर पढ़ रहे हैं. So at times breaks are also important.
Correct. Well put. Some mini breaks of refreshing your mind are very, very important, so that you can rejoin the focus and rejoin your study. So great that you efficiently designed a routine for yourself with the breaks, with the adequate amount of study, with the adequate amount of focus. You mentioned about current affairs, and I think the next question that I wanted to ask was about the contemporary issues. How did you prepare for contemporary issues? Especially because it's not just the requirement of paper 4, the Indian economics paper of the economic services exam, but also a part of the interview. So
Yes.
How did you prepare for that?
Ma'am, daily newspaper reading is the key. From there, I won't say that you get the material directly, but you get the links, that what is happening. Now you have to hunt for what kind of questions can be asked related to that. So you like if there is some cyclone, say particularly. In recent past, we have seen Mocha, then Mechang, then so when I used to read the news about that, I used to go on YouTube, because YouTube is a blessing in these times. So I used to go to YouTube. I used to search for the particular topic. I used to then listen to 2-3 videos related to that. From there, I had a good understanding of the topic. And then there are some institutes which publish all these things for UPSC CSE students in very comprehensive manner. They give it through pros, cons, then suggestions. So from there, you can get very good material for writing also. So you have understanding, you have the writing material, and that in the end also helps in the interview, because interview is not something you will be preparing in last 6 months only. It is the preparation for the interview. It starts as soon as you start for this exam.
Yes.
And it ultimately is the test of personality. So I would say that simultaneously you also need to do things which you feel will be enhancing your personality. Like in my case, I was because I'm fond of writing poems, so I was writing poems. Then I was also doing some artworks to keep myself like busy and motivated, and to feel that peace in my mind. So all of this, when you do, you see the change in it in yourself as well. So I think that is enough for the personality test.
Absolutely. You mentioned it correctly. Many students, I will tell you very frankly, many students, while looking forward for the examination, when we start engaging with them and start asking, questions that, so why do you want to pursue this examination? Okay. अच्छा ऐसा है वैसा है, economics अच्छे से पढ़ना है, economics में career बनाना है. They don't have hobbies. They don't have co-curricular activities. And it makes me so afraid, because when you have a specific goal in life, you will have to turn down the tables, and you will have to focus like a laser eye focus for that particular goal. But because there's so much of chaos, you can't just lock yourself in a room and do that. You have to be still a person, you have to still be a personality, and you have to hone yourself, carve yourself inch by inch, so that once you reach that interview level, you will be able to speak what you have learned. So many a time students fail to understand that it's not just only writing examination or only rote learning or just learning examination. It's also an examination of full personality roundup. And that you very well put up, that it's the personality will not be made in one day, that okay, final mains nikal gaya personality ke liye फटाफट कुछ videos देख लेते हैं and बन गई personality. So it can't happen like that. So great.
Ma'am, here I want to add something, that it was not something I was doing just for this exam. Like, it is something I am doing since my school time. I used to participate in everything, wherever I used to get the chance, like be it singing, stage performances, dances, rangolis, mehendi, everything. Then in the college, I like carried on with all of that. I did the debates, paper presentation. I was organizing the events. I was in my department. I was working in the department as the editor of my department magazine for 2 years. I worked as the record keeping head of my department. Then I also contributed towards my college's journal. I did my bachelor's from Indraprastha College for Women, University of Delhi. So all of this I was doing there also. And even in my master's, when it was completely online, I used to participate in online MUNs. So this is something that has been part of my personality since my school times. And I believe that it also gave me confidence for everything. Like when you are not doing, maybe you are not doing good in particular thing, then you are doing better in other things. So that also keeps you motivating. And for me, there is nothing like losing. Either you succeed or you learn. So it was that kind of journey for me. And I believe that when I had to fill my desk, I had so many things. I was listening to people, they were saying, I don't have anything to write in my desk. And I was like, that I have quite a few things to write. Even my awards, there were so many to list that I was looking for the space, that if I might had some more space, I would have written something else as well. So it was like that.
Absolutely. Wonderful, wonderful. Pranchal, I think it is a very inspiring thing that you mentioned. I'm sure that the students, the people who are going to listen to this will definitely will learn many things from it, and they will learn that it's great to have a goal and an ambition, but to achieve that, you can't be isolated and locked in a room. You have to be a person filled with a lot of other colors as well, and only then your study will matter most. Then only you will be able to focus in a well-rounded manner towards your goals. So great. I'm so impressed by you. So
Thank you, ma'am.
Pranchal, concludingly, I would just like to ask you that if you have anything to say for the team Ecoholics, anything that you would like to give us as a suggestion on as well, any way in which we could contribute to your journey.
Ma'am, first of all, I'm really very grateful to the whole team of Ecoholics, because the kind of support I have been getting, and I was enrolled in Ecoholics for my mock interviews in my first attempt only. From then onwards, whether it was my tough times, whether it was ups and downs, everyone was there for me. I used to message to ma'ams and have some suggestions to help me out, and they were always there. So the best thing that I felt about Ecoholics is the team support. And after that, the guidance through mock interviews that I got, that is immense, and I'm really very thankful for that. So suggestions, I would say that keep going with this kind of support to these students, and anything in particular, like through this interview or in future maybe. I will be more than happy to motivate people, to motivate students, and I would like to be part of this like Ecoholics team forever, like from now
Absolutely.
onwards.
Absolutely. That goes without saying. You are a part of our family. And I mean, the inspiration and motivation is, like you said, it's a momentary thing. It would fly away, but the kind of hard work and the kind of hardships that students need to go through, and only then how would they succeed. For that, we would always require people like you, who have not just the personality but also have the courage, have the communication skills, have the kind of intellect to communicate the whole story about their success, their failure, how did they go through all of that and still achieve the goal. So I think, of course, it will be, you are a part of the family, and of course, we will always require you to motivate the students, to motivate the young budding economists. And I'm so glad and delighted that, we are just hopping in the glory of your success. It's just that it's all your success, and your mentors, other people, parents, all of those who have helped you, who have strengthened you, who have given you the courage at your sad times and or your low times. All of those people also have to be rewarded. So celebrate the whole, your success with all of them, and soak in all the happiness now that you have realized that yes, you are an Indian Economic Services officer. So now you must start prepping yourself for the next journey that you have to take up into policy making. I'm very sure that you're going to make all of us proud, and in all your future endeavors. And I wish you all the great opportunities all your way. Thank you so much, Pranchal.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. It means a lot.
Thank you, Pranchal. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, ma'am.